Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Chill English channel. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jake. Today, we're going to help you describe people's appearance in English, one of the most common and useful topics in everyday conversation.
That's right. Whether you're introducing someone, describing a character from a movie, or even just chatting with friends, knowing how to describe appearance helps your English sound clear and natural.
Exactly. And it's not just about vocabulary. It's about learning how to describe people politely and confidently.
Let's start with the basics. When you describe someone's appearance, you can talk about three main things: height, build, and age.
Good structure. So, for height, you can say, he's tall, she's short, or he's of medium height. You can also add words like very or quite to sound more natural. She's quite tall, or he's very short.
Right. And for build, we talk about body shape. For example, he's slim, she's athletic, he's a bit heavy, or she has a curvy figure.
A good tip: always describe people respectfully. Avoid words that sound rude or judgmental. It's better to use neutral or kind words like fit, strong, average build, or slim.
Exactly. Now, the third thing, age. You can say a young man, a middle-aged woman, or an elderly person.
You can also use more casual phrases like in his 20s or in her 40s. For example, he's in his early 30s means around 31 to 33 years old.
That's really useful. Let's put these ideas together in an example. How would you describe your friend, Jake?
I'd say he's tall, has an athletic build, and he's in his mid-20s.
Perfect, clear, and natural. And you can also add a little more detail about hair, eyes, or face shape to make your description more complete.
Yes, so let's talk about hair next. You can describe it by color, length, and style. For example, she has long brown hair, or he has short black hair.
And for style, you can say curly, straight, or wavy. You can also say he's bald if someone doesn't have hair.
A good phrase here is he's going bald. That means he's starting to lose hair, but not completely bald yet.
That's a good one. You can also describe hair color more specifically: light brown, dark brown, blonde, red, or even gray or white for older people.
And for eye color, it's simple: blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes, or gray eyes. Some people even have hazel eyes, a mix of green and brown.
Let's build another full example. I could say she's a tall young woman with long blonde hair and blue eyes.
Nice and natural. Notice how Sophia used with to connect the details. That's the key word in English descriptions. With long blonde hair, with green eyes.
Yes, that makes the sentence smooth. Instead of saying she has long blonde hair and she has blue eyes, you can say she's a tall young woman with long blonde hair and blue eyes.
It sounds more natural, right?
Exactly. And if you want to talk about someone's face shape, you can use words like round face, oval face, square face, or heart-shaped face.
You can also talk about other features like a beard, a mustache, or glasses. For example, he's tall, with short brown hair and a beard.
Perfect example. That's how you describe someone completely but naturally.
Let's test our listeners. Imagine you're describing your best friend. Think about their height, build, hair, and eyes. Try to make a short sentence.
For example, my best friend is medium height with curly black hair and brown eyes.
Great. Keep practicing like that. Short, clear sentences. It's one of the best ways to make your English sound confident and fluent.
Now that we've talked about physical appearance, height, build, hair, and eyes, let's move on to clothing and style, because that's also part of how people look.
Yes. Talking about what someone is wearing is really common in English. You can start with he's wearing or she's wearing. For example, she's wearing a red dress, or he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
You can also describe the style. For example, casual, formal, sporty, or fashionable. So he's wearing a casual shirt and sneakers, or she's dressed in a formal suit.
And if you want to describe someone's usual clothing, not just what they're wearing now, you can use he usually wears or she often wears. For example, she often wears bright colors.
That's a great point. You can also use adjectives like smart, neat, stylish, simple, or comfortable to describe how someone looks overall.
Right. And it's polite to focus on positive and neutral words. Instead of saying he looks messy, you could say he has a relaxed style.
Exactly, that's more natural and kind.
Now, let's add another layer. Facial expressions and general impression. You can describe someone by how they look or make you feel. For example, she has a friendly smile, or he looks serious.
That's very natural. You can also say, he seems kind, or she looks confident. These phrases describe not just appearance, but the feeling someone gives.
Yes, those are really common in daily English. You can also use looks like when comparing. He looks like his father, or she looks like a movie star.
Just be careful. In English, you look like tired is incorrect. You should say, you look tired. The word like is only for comparisons, not adjectives.
Good grammar tip. And now let's talk about politeness when describing people. Sometimes learners worry about saying something that sounds rude.
That's true. A simple rule is stay kind and focus on positive or neutral words. Instead of saying, he's fat, say, he's a bit heavy, or he's big built. Instead of she's old, you can say, she's elderly, or she's an older woman.
That's so important. Politeness makes your English sound friendly and confident.
Let's do a quick example conversation. Jake, describe your friend politely.
Okay, I'll say, he's a tall man in his 40s with short gray hair and glasses. He's always well-dressed and has a warm smile.
Perfect. That sounds respectful and positive.
Thanks. And if you're not sure what to say, it's always safe to compliment something small, like you have a nice smile, or I like your style.
Yes, describing someone can also be a way to give a compliment. Just keep your tone natural and friendly.
Let's also add one more point. When you don't want to describe someone in too much detail, you can say, he looks nice, she looks friendly, or they look professional.
Those are great general phrases. They're polite, safe, and useful for small talk.
Exactly. Now, we have covered how to describe people's appearance, style, and impression. But there's one more thing we can talk about next. Personality.
Yes, because when we describe people in real life, we don't just talk about what they look like, we also talk about what they're like. Okay, now let's talk about how to describe someone's personality in English. This is a big part of describing people because it helps others really understand what kind of person someone is.
Right. When you talk about personality, you can use adjectives like kind, friendly, funny, honest, hardworking, or shy. These are positive and very common words.
Yes, for example, she's kind and always helps other people. Or he's funny and makes everyone laugh.
You can also use phrases like, he's the kind of person who. For example, he's the kind of person who always remembers your birthday.
That's a great way to sound natural. It's also important to know how to describe different personalities politely, even the ones that aren't perfect.
Yes, instead of saying, he's lazy, which can sound rude, you could say, he's a bit relaxed about work. Instead of, she's bossy, you can say, she likes to take the lead.
That's a very polite way to express it. You can also combine traits. He's friendly, but a little shy at first. Or she's confident and outgoing.
Another phrase you'll often hear is easygoing. It means relaxed and not easily upset. My boss is very easygoing. Or, he's really easy to talk to.
And outgoing means someone who loves meeting people and talking a lot. She's very outgoing and social.
Then there's introverted. That means someone who's more quiet and prefers spending time alone or with close friends.
So you can say, he's introverted, but he's very thoughtful. Or, she's extroverted. She loves parties and people.
Perfect examples. You can also describe someone's attitude using words like positive, optimistic, or helpful.
Yes, she's always positive, or he has a great attitude at work. Those sound natural and professional, too.
And if you want to describe someone in general, you can use he's a nice guy, she's a lovely person, or they're great to work with.
Very common everyday phrases. They're friendly and simple.
Let's put everything together. If I wanted to describe you, Sophia, I could say, she's a cheerful young woman with shoulder-length brown hair and green eyes. She's friendly, patient, and always smiling.
That's so nice, Jake. Thank you. Okay, let me try. Jake is tall and has short, dark hair. He's confident, funny, and very helpful. The kind of person who always cheers people up.
That's great. And notice how both of us used a mix of appearance and personality. That makes descriptions complete and interesting.
Exactly. When you describe people in English, try to include 3 things: how they look, what they wear or how they act, and what kind of person they are.
Yes, it helps others imagine the person clearly. And remember, always stay kind, polite, and natural when you describe someone.
That's a perfect way to end today's episode.
So, now it's your turn, listener. Try describing someone you know, maybe a friend, a teacher, or even yourself, using what you learned today.
Think about their height, build, hair, eyes, and personality. Say it out loud, and you'll sound more natural every time you practice.
Keep speaking, keep listening, and keep learning.
Thanks for joining us on the Chill English channel.
See you in the next episode.